Hello, my name is Royce Kitts, and I'm a professor at Washburn University. Today I'm going to be interviewing Miriam Kleimenhaga, a graduate student at Kansas State University, on an action research project that she did over the semester in the Manhattan community. So let's go ahead and get started, and we're going to ask our interviewee a series of questions so that we get a feel for what she did this semester. Miriam, what topic did you choose for your action research?
I wanted to know how the arts and aesthetics are currently incorporated in both elementary and secondary classrooms. I also wanted to determine what the best practices were for integrating art and aesthetics into core curriculum. I chose to do my action research on those questions because of, I think it was, well, for one thing, I'm an artist. And I have a strong interest in art, and I also have a strong background in theater. So pretty much everything about my life has always been in a liberal arts based environment, so to speak. Does that make sense? And the reason I chose the subject was because I have been perceiving, the more I've been going through my master's program at K-State, that the more I've learned about the educational system that we have today, and I've learned quite a bit, that the arts are, they're not as, front and center as I think that they should be. And of course there's also just, we know that from our political environment, No Child Left Behind causing a lot of the arts to be suspended from curriculum because they needed to make room for more time for core curriculum classes. So
what did you learn in your literature review?
Well, my literature review, I looked at several articles, and I looked at a couple different books regarding the arts and education. One of the main authors that I read was somebody I had read before and that I'm very interested in, which is Maxine Greene.
Maxine Greene.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a lot of the stuff that I learned in the literature review was just really finding a lot of articles about people that were interested in the same sort of things but had zeroed in on specific things.
So you found some examples that other people had used kind of in the classroom to kind of integrate the arts into the curriculum, right?
Right.
Okay.
For the most part.
So my next question would be, what methods did you use to collect data for your action research project?
Well, the methods that I went about using were, I interviewed an art teacher at the high school level, and I also interviewed a special ed teacher and a paraeducator. But the meat of my research was observation, and my observation was limited in the respect that I had to, because of getting permission from those various school districts that I tried to get permission from, I was limited to basically doing my observations from the viewpoint of being a substitute teacher. So I just decided to take notes, field notes, write reflections on each and every time I subbed for various grades.
Awesome. So it sounds like you had plenty of opportunities to figure out if these things were out there. What were some obstacles you faced in collecting this data?
Well, the biggest obstacle was the fact that I was trying to collect data while I was also trying to be a substitute teacher.
Yeah. Once you had a chance to review your data, what did you learn?
Well, I was surprised because I felt like what I learned was that the arts are already integrated into core subjects or into school a lot more than I had realized that they were.
Okay, good. So it's kind of an affirmation of what you wanted to find out.
It was, but like I said, I was also surprised because I really didn't, that's one of the biggest realizations I've had that I think is really interesting, is that I wasn't expecting that. I think I was expecting to just find nothing, and then I was made aware of the fact that it's sometimes it's in really small ways, but it's still there. There's little bits.
So basically what I'm hearing is that the integration that you're looking for is just a little bit more subtle than perhaps you had anticipated. And I think that's interesting. What conclusion did you draw from your research question?
Well, the conclusion that I drew from it was, besides the fact that they're kind of already there, is that it's really easy to integrate the arts into core subjects. That it's not as hard as people might think it is. That just because we have let go of perhaps having art classes, which is a shame, doesn't mean that the arts can't still be there or integrated, or that if the teachers that are not normally used to teaching art still would just embrace the idea of including as much art, drama, there's just all sorts of ways that you could include artistic endeavors, for lack of a better way to put it.
Well, there you have it, folks. We had a chance to meet with Miriam and talk about her research project. And from what I've learned, it sounds like she had a really good time. And I think that we've all learned a little bit about arts integration in the classroom and how it's not really as onerous as we might think. So thank you for viewing, and we'll talk to you soon.